So a new poll came out not that long ago. We talked about it on the last show. It showed that Ron DeSantis actually beat Trump when it comes to the 2024 primary. However, it's done in a different way. It's an approval poll, which means it's not the traditional way of doing a poll. If we did the traditional way, Trump would have won that for sure. But when you do the approval poll, DeSantis edged out Trump. So there was this other piece of that poll I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is really something else. This is the list of priorities for Republicans. Get ready to pull your hair out. This is among the actual hardcore base at a conservative conference. Immigration and border security is the number one issue. 82%. Election integrity. So in other words, Trump's lies about how election was stolen and we need to bring back integrity. 79%. Religious freedom, 74%. Religious freedom? How is anybody taking away religious freedom? Federal budget, debt, and deficit, 74%. Under Trump, the deficit and the debt massively increased, and they didn't say anything. They supported it because it was Trump doing it. Now, all of a sudden, they believe in it. Gun rights, 73%. National defense, 71%. Energy independence, 70%. Education, 61%. China, Russia, 60%. Life and abortion, 55%. Media bias, 55%. Criminal justice, 37%. Transportation and infrastructure, 35%. Healthcare, last on this list. Now, to be fair, the list goes on and on and on. I don't have the rest of it in front of me at the moment. But dead last on this portion of the list, healthcare. They ranked healthcare at the bottom and ranked immigration at the top and election integrity at the top. Oh, it's hard, man. I'm fighting back saying TFG. I am fighting back saying TFG. But you got to keep it real. The sorts of people who would show up to a hardcore Republican conference, you're bordering on TFG. Most of them that are there are probably TFG. If you can't see that in the middle of a pandemic that healthcare is probably a more important issue than fucking immigration, it's hard to get through to you, dog. Now listen, on immigration, I've said this before, I'm a moderate. I think it's okay to have borders. I think it's okay to secure the borders. I think it's okay to enforce our laws. I think we should have a humane, reasonable, empathetic process where we determine who can and can't stay here, and we should do the right thing. We should do the humanitarian thing. It should coincide with human rights and international law. But there's no way immigration is the number one fucking issue. And this is the trick that Republican elites have played on regular people. Blame the brown people for all of your problems. It's not the top 1%. It's not the billionaires. It's not the corporations. It's not that they're outsourcing everybody's jobs and buying the government and getting tax breaks for themselves and sticking you with the tax bill. Don't look at the rich. Don't look at the class war. Look at fucking brown people. Somebody who's more poor than you and worse off than you is somehow stealing your job and making your life worse. It's scapegoating 101. It's scapegoating and it's xenophobic. That's what it is. And so they've convinced people, no, immigration is the number one issue. And election integrity. The election was actually won by Biden. I hate to break it to you guys. I know you don't like that. I know it triggers you. But it's factual. So fucking get over it. But no, they're religious freedom up there, as if anybody's coming to take away your religious freedom. The debt and the deficit, 2.5 minutes ago, you didn't say anything about it and you didn't care about it. But now that it's Biden and all the Republicans have is to flip on a dime and be hypocrites and say, don't spend money on good things because debt and deficit, you immediately fell for it like suckers. So I'm trying to be a nice guy here, and I do want to do my best to save as many people as we can from this black hole of stupidity, but there's got to be a lot of TFGs if they're ranking it like this. Healthcare towards the bottom, immigration and religious freedom and election integrity and the debt and the deficit at the top? Come on, son. Republican elites and right-wing media have convinced these people to not care about things that would actually improve their lives. They've convinced them, don't care about the $15 minimum wage. Don't care about unions. Don't care about getting everybody health care, including yourself. Don't care about ending the wars. That's what they've convinced them. That's what they've convinced these people of. And that's unforgivable. You know, the brainwashers have succeeded. And so we got to try our best to unbrainwash them, but it is going to be hard. It is going to be an uphill battle. Don't get it twisted. There are plenty of Republicans, when you look at the polls of the entire country, who don't even realize that they're a lot more lefty than they are on a lot of issues. So for all those people, there's a lot of hope. A lot of moderates, there's a lot of hope. But for the most hardcore Trump fans and the most hardcore right-wing base, the definition of TFGs. If you're putting healthcare towards the bottom and you have fucking election integrity towards the top, it's going to take a long time to try to de-brainwash your ass. That's for sure. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.